heard Carnatic music before? Who's heard Carnatic music when it's not been me playing?
Good question.
Okay, great. So what you have in front of you is a little, basically two of the pieces that I've selected for today. They're both in the language Sanskrit. So this is one of the ancient languages of India. You can think of it as an analog to Latin or ancient Greek, even though it actually precedes those two languages. They're in the same language family actually, so if you know Sanskrit well, you'll actually notice a lot of cognates. So maybe as we're going through the pieces, you'll be able to pick those out, the linguists among you. But so I'm going to start with the first song on here. It's called Maha Ganapatim. So there's here the Sanskrit transliterated into Roman is on the front, and the translation is on the back. So please take a minute and read through, or maybe you want to do that after. Either way, I think it's nice to provide context when we're sharing this art form. So this is a composition of Muthuswami Shridhar, who's one of the main three composers of Carnatic music. And he composed mostly in Sanskrit, even though he spoke Tamil and Telugu as well. And this is a prayer to Lord Ganesha, so Ganapati. And so you'll notice that the first line of the Pallavi, the first part of the song, is the only complete sentence in the whole song. The rest of them are epithets that are sort of ornamental in nature, and they add on to the meaning of the first song. And the reason I selected this song, along with the Ragam Tana Pallavi, which we'll hear later on the back, is they both share this characteristic. The first line, the first half, is going to be the complete sentence and the full prayer to God. And then the second half is going to be the ornamental aspect, the part that really enhances and makes more flavorful the first part. So hopefully you'll follow that piece, and you'll get to know a little bit more about how we perform Carnatic music. This is a Mridangam, by the way. This is one of the principal percussion instruments in the tradition. And obviously I'm playing a violin, which is the same instrument as you would hear in an orchestra concert. In fact, I bought this at probably a place where a violinist who plays for the symphony buys their violin, but it's tuned differently, tuned lower, and it's performed differently. So hope you enjoy. And the other thing is, I want you to please try to remember the melody of the first line of the first song and the second song. So try to keep them in mind, because they will pop up later in the concert when you may not expect them. Oh, one more thing. If you have any questions, please feel free to just ask me between songs or something like that, and I'd be happy to answer them. This is going to be more informal, and I have a full concert prepared, but I've also left time for questions. Enjoy. Improvisation segment called Alapana, which I will do several times throughout the concert, and that'll be the first of about 3 or 4 different types of improvisation that you'll hear this afternoon. So.
You didn't clap in a religious place, no? Oh, okay. Because there was this one story about a violin concerto in Hungary that they performed the entire thing, no one clapped a single time, and when the musicians left the church, everybody was applauding. I didn't know that.
It's a service
The next composition will be in the ragam Dhenuka, which means cow. It's a funny name for a ragam, but the content of the song is actually very beautiful, and I performed it last time when I played here, so maybe you'll recognize it, those of you who were here for that. And again, please keep in mind this melody, it'll appear later in the concert. And for this song, after I perform the composed portion, there will be also an improvisation segment. This time, it'll be set to rhythm. So that's called Kalpana Swara. Okay, great, thanks.
Could you make my face too? Yeah, there.
The next piece will be Mari Vere. It's a composition of Shyama Sastri. So, this past composition was of Tyagaraja, the second of the big three composers. This one is going to be Shyama Sastri, so we get the whole trinity. This is like Dalile Rama, the piece I just played. Mari Vere is also in Telugu, a South Indian language, and this one is actually about the goddess, the main goddess of Hindu mythology. She takes on many names, but it's a prayer to her. one of the two main pieces of the concert. This one is called Rama Barna. It's another composition of Tyagaraja, also in the language Telugu. And so this is to the god Rama, a common deity in Hindu mythology. So the ragam is Saveri. Oh, you look like you wanted to ask a question?
No, I was just going to think of video for CFI.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Does everyone have any questions so far? Or?
Well, I actually do have a question, because last time you were here you had one note, and now you have like 3 of them.
Sorry?
Last time, the drone, I don't know what you call it.
Oh no, it's the same drone.
Huh?
It's the same drone actually.
Oh, last time it was just one note.
No, it was yeah, it's the same.
It felt like just one
Maybe
note.
did we do it on our phone or something? No, it was this, right?
It gives the feel of one note.
It does give the feel of one note, the tonic, but in fact there are other notes mixed in. But maybe that you're noticing that this time is means that like now that you've heard the music more, like you're picking up on like
Oh, I guess.
I don't know.
I guess.
I mean, you're a musician.
I know.
Right? So,
it seemed like it was just one unison note, but
well, that's good. That's good for us. That means that we played in tune. But yeah, it's actually 3 notes.
Fifth?
It's a fifth and an octave.
Fifth and octave.
So these are the 3 notes are.
And what note is it? I'm curious.
So this is the tonic. It's called sa.
Do you know what it is in Western music?
Yeah, so this is in D sharp right now.
G sharp.
D sharp, D sharp.
D sharp.
So this is a D sharp.
Wow, that's a weird note.
Yeah, but for us, right, it doesn't actually, we can play in any note. So if this is an E now, so I could tune my violin and play an E and it'd be the same. So we don't have that concept of absolute frequencies corresponding to certain notes. It's all
At
relative.
each song, you could do any song on any.
Yeah, so generally a single concert will all be in the same, but theoretically, yes, you can change it for every song and it wouldn't impact the sort of how it's received.
And there's not like a favorite note.
No, so I mean, violinists generally play either the tonic at D sharp or E, and just how it works with
Just
the range.
as probably the fingering and stuff.
Yeah, because if you play too high, then it's really tight, the strings. Vocalists, male vocalists generally are in the lower G to C range, depending on if they're a tenor or a bass. Female vocalists can range from G, G sharp, and then sometimes if they're like more lower altos, E or F. Yeah. So it's all relative.
Yeah, one basic question. What does Pallavi mean and what is Anupallavi?
Yeah, so actually the etymology of those words are a bit contentious. There's no consensus on what they mean. But Pallavi is, in Sanskrit, it means a bud, like something sprouting. Anupallavi, it gives the sense of that which enhances the Pallavi or supports it, so develops it further. And Charanam means foot, right? So it's the last thing.
Sure.
It's the end of the song.
I just have a very basic question. What language did you say it is?
So the songs on here are both in Sanskrit. So and the other songs that I played were in Telugu. Telugu. Telugu.
So would these be considered like liturgical songs or folk songs?
So basically most songs in Carnatic music are devotional in nature. So basically everything in Carnatic is devotional. Almost everything. So it's assumed to be about a certain deity. You don't have to be like Hindu to sing them or anything, but the content is always devotional in nature. They're not considered liturgical songs, they are considered classical.
So they wouldn't be sung like in a ceremony, they would be sung.
You could, but these wouldn't be the ones that you would choose for that. You would generally recite something in Sanskrit like a hymn. Those are separate. These are composed to be performed in concerts like this. Okay, shall we move on to the main piece? This is in Ragam Saveni. And when the Mridangam starts, that's when you know that the composed portion of the song is starting. Everything before that is improvisation. And everything after that.
Everything after is also improvisation.
So it's sandwiched by improvisation. Improvisation really makes up probably around 70% of a Carnatic concert. So
For him.
For me,
For me, 100% is improvisation.
For him, it's 100%. That's true. Yeah.